Well, turning to this now, for years, up until 2020, the CDC listed accidents as the leading cause of death among youth. But now gun-related deaths have skyrocketed to the point where it's the #1 reason that children and teens are most likely to die.
Yeah, ABC's Morgan Norwood has more on the alarming statistic and now the calls for prevention from health leaders.
As the nation deals with a series of tragedies involving guns, a sobering statistic, the rate of young people taking their own lives with guns is now at its highest point in more than 20 years, according to advocacy group Everytown for Gun Safety.
I was foolish and with a 12-gauge shotgun, shot myself in an attempt to take my life.
Nico Hayden was 17 years old when he shot himself in the face in 2016. Doctors had to remove his left eye and part of his brain.
No mother should see what I saw.
Everytown for Gun Safety has been studying the numbers. Their research found the gun suicide rate among young people increased 15% between 2019 and 2020, the sharpest spike among children of color.
Young Black students who show symptoms of mental illness are disciplined and arrested more often than students of other racial and ethnic groups, rather than being given access to the type of counseling or help that they need.
But experts say it's just as much a gun safety issue as it is mental health.
Over 80% of child and teen firearm suicides involve a gun belonging to a family member. An estimated 4.6 million kids live in homes today with unlocked, loaded guns.
Everytown for Gun Safety says firearm suicide can be prevented by storing firearms securely.
Often, attempts are spontaneous decisions. And so if you can put some time between a person and their suicidal ideation or the crisis that they're in, you can prevent suicide.
According to the group's report, suicide attempts involving guns result in death 90% of the time.
The tragedy of that is that most people who make a suicide attempt will never go on to make a second suicide attempt, and they go on to live healthy, happy, productive lives. So you don't typically get a second chance if you make a suicide attempt with a firearm.
Nico Hayden was fortunate enough to have that second chance at life, and now he's dedicating it to awareness, prevention, and encouraging families to have open conversations around mental health.
If you think nobody cares, you matter. We matter.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Just powerful words and testimony. If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is right there. It's 1-800-273-8255.